So you want me to wake you up at 6 tomorrow, right? No, I'm gonna sleep in. I want to wake up at 9 in the morning, at least. Yes, please. We only have until tomorrow evening, so we need to get an early start. We really appreciate it. Not a problem at all. Have a good night. Good night. I'm expecting...
But we're not actually going to sleep yet, are we? Not until we write our reports for the day.
I didn't expect voice acting.
I want to shut off my brain so badly right now, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon.
She seems to have forgotten all about the room situation, and I'm not about to remind her.
Yes, we're in the clear. Do not say a word.
Reen?
What is it?
I was unsure whether to ask or not, but I've decided that this question bears answering. Why have you chosen to hold back?
What?
Your sword style and technique. It is the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, is it not? Popularized by the sword hermit, Yun Ka-Fai, it combines the best elements of other Eastern sword styles. Those who master any of its forms are referred to as a divine blade, and are said to understand the true nature of all things.
You certainly know an awful lot about it. I didn't think it was particularly renowned here in the Empire.
We of the Arcade School consider the studying of other swordsmanship styles to be an essential part of our training. In addition, my father once told me, if you follow the path of the sword, it is only a matter of time before you encounter a follower of the 8 Leaves.
Your father said that? It's an honor to be acknowledged by the Radiant Blade Master himself. I'm nothing special, though. I'm just a dropout who's never even been able to progress past beginner level. I did train under Master Ka-Fai for a while, but I started to feel like I couldn't go any further with my abilities, and he cut my training short.
What?
So I'm really not holding back. Honest, I actually kind of feel like I'm dirtying the good name of the 8 Leaves School, in fact. But this is my limit. I'm sorry I can't quite live up to your expectations. Laura?
You have no reason to apologize to me. This is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. Though I'll admit to some disappointment, I was hoping you'd prove to be a good sparring partner. I'm going to practice outside for a bit. Please go and finish your report with Elisa and Elliot.
What was that about? What? That was very rude of Laura, if I do say so myself.
There's a lot he doesn't want to talk about, huh? I can see in his eyes sometimes that he's bottling something up and trying really hard to keep anyone else from noticing.
You've noticed it too? You sure have taken quite an interest in him.
I was just trying to work out the best time to apologize, that's all. It's not like I've been consciously paying attention to him or anything, honestly.
Oh, I think that's how it's been.
Reen's
beg
not
to
the
differ.
only one bottling up his feelings, though, is he? You've been doing the same thing.
Yeah, I guess I have.
I'm growing to like these characters already. The one thing I really like about this game is dividing into groups.
Ooh, you're moving up in the
Yo,
world.
rank up. Thank you. The one thing I really like about this game...
Here for you.
One thing I really like about the game is dividing into groups and learning more about the characters and going to
Keep up the
different
good work.
areas. Really neat structure. I'm looking forward to getting farther in the game. Field Study Day 2. April 25th, I think. Yeah, number 4 is April. Here are your tasks for the day. The market manager left them with me. Alright, what we got? Only 2 tasks, huh? Lost wallet. Yesterday I found the wallet on the floor in front of my stall. Okay. Then it was market manager Otto. It's a ferocious monster. Probably gonna do the wallet one first. Huh? Even fewer than yesterday. Maybe he gave us less work to do because he knew we were going back to Trista today. Sounds about right. He is a very considerate man. The last train headed your way leaves around 9 tonight. You get those done quickly enough, you can have dinner before you leave. Thanks very much. We greatly appreciate your kindness. Shall we get started then? Sounds good. Huh, looks like today's tasks are all optional. I'm gonna do every last one, so to me, they're mandatory. Hey Laura, I want to apologize for what I said to you yesterday evening. Green? As I told you then, this is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. It is not something for which an apology is required. That's not really what I meant. I want to apologize for making light of the way of my sword. Of the way of the sword. What I said about being a dropout who's never been able to progress past beginner level was disrespectful. Master Ka-Fi, to the school I follow, and to the path of the sword itself. And for those reasons, I feel it was inappropriate of me to say what I said. So I'm sorry. If that's the case, then there's one other person you should be apologizing to as well. I can't pretend to know much about your personal circumstances, but regardless of one's social background or standing, one should always be able to live with pride in him or herself. Thus, if you truly did make light of yourself and your own abilities, that is an act of shame for which you owe yourself recompense. Let me ask you a question, Reen. Do you like the path of the sword? I love slicing stuff. It's not really a matter of liking or disliking it, I don't think. It's a part of my life, an inseparable part of who I am. That's all I wanted to hear. I feel exactly the same way. Did we really have to have that whole, 2-minute argument or something? Whatever it was? Laura. So you two are friends again then? Were we not? That was never any rift between us that I knew about. Indeed, this was all handled rather neatly, I felt. You're both so simple-minded. I feel like an idiot spending so much time trying to devise a plan to get the two of you to make up. Whoa, you did what now? It would seem we've caused you undue concern. I can read, I swear. Geez, can't we all just forget about this and move on? Looks like the group ground's dried after the rainfall, so to speak. Glad to see you all looking a bit less gloomy. Margaret, we got trouble. Big, big trouble. Slow down, Luis. It's the first thing in the morning, and you're about poised to wake up the dead. You're making such a commotion. Where have you been anyway? You're late. I'm sorry, I just got caught up on the way here. But never mind that, we have big, big trouble. Something terrible happened over at the market. Something terrible, you say? What terrible thing has happened exactly? Well, it sounds like it actually took place last night. 2 of the stalls over at the market were destroyed and all their merchandise was stolen. That is not good. Monsters attacked. Calling it. That is the most terrible indeed. A robbery? Oh my, or a robbery happened. I suppose that means the market might be opening late today, which means we could end up with more customers as people wait here for a resolution, Luis. Let's get this place ready. You got it. As for the 4 of you, this is our problem, not yours. You just focus on your field study and leave this incident to us locals. You have your own tasks to worry about after all. Of course. We'll be back later. Thanks again. How could I just ignore something like this? What should we do? I have to admit I'm rather curious. It's not far, so we might as well just go take a look. Alright, let's take a slight detour and see what's happening at the market then. Can I do my quest first? Am I gonna have to... I think I have to go there now. Hold up. No, I have to do this first. Fair enough. I'm sorry, the Grand Market isn't quite open for business yet. Oh, it's the students from yesterday. Good morning. Opening late today after all, I see. Afraid so. Guess you already know about the robbery yesterday, huh? 2 merchants whose stalls were destroyed are still arguing about it. You bastard. You're not going to get away with this.
Oh no, not them. I was gonna guess it was them.
The manager came Came to try and break them up, but he doesn't seem to be having much luck. I hope no one ends up getting hurt. What should we do, Reen? Maybe we could try talking to them. Considering everything that happened yesterday, you might just be the cavalry we need right now. Would you mind? Not at all. Let's go. How dare you destroy my stall, you damned coward! I knew you country folk weren't to be trusted. Who else could have done it? Could it have been? Just come clean and admit it already. Who are you calling a coward, you Heimdallerian snob? You're the one who wanted my spot all for yourself. Calm down, gentlemen, please. Playing all innocent and trying to paint me as the bad guy here, you make me sick. What do you say we settle this right now? Right here and now. Bring it on. Hold it. Class 7? You kids again? Keep your noses out of this. I'm gonna make him pay for smashing my stall. Smashing? Oh, that's pretty terrible. Yeah, that's collateral damage right there. Wow, they really are completely ruined. This is awful. However, harming one another is not going to bring them back. In the end, they will still be smashed and you will be worse off. But this anger isn't going to go away unless I do something. He took all my goods too, so I haven't even got anything to sell. What are you talking about? You were the one who stole my goods. And you're gonna give them all back right now. And fix the damage you did to my stall, or else. I can't be held responsible for my own actions. This isn't good. I don't think they're even listening to a word we're saying. What do we do? Oh my goodness, they're getting so physical right now. That guy's like choking the other guy. Stop this at once. Oh wow, the army actually got involved. Look at that. The Provincial Army. What? What is the meaning of this? It's the middle of the morning. Stop this nonsense immediately. But I believe you are the one in charge here. Demand an explanation as to what has transpired. Well, you see, the market manager explained to the Provincial Army officer what happened the previous night. Huh, I see. The solution is simple then. Men, take them away. Yes, sir. What? What do you mean, take us away? 2 stalls were destroyed, 2 sets of goods were stolen. The truth is as clear as day. 2 merchants, in the midst of a heated disagreement, committed the same crime at the same time. But that's not fair. Do you not think it premature to draw such a conclusion without any investigation? The Provincial Army doesn't have time to waste solving the petty squabbles of merchants. But I'm not an unreasonable man. Cease your dispute and you will be left alone. Continue and you come with us. Choice is yours. We're trying to force both merchants to forget this ever happened. I skipped that. Too soon. Yeah, something about this seems really wrong. Very good then. I'm sure you can agree that wasting time on shenanigans like this is detrimental to all parties involved. I hope you'll think twice before causing such a ruckus ever again. Now if you'll please excuse us, I'm a busy man and I have more pressing matters to attend to. This Provincial Army is suspicious, to say the least. There they go. Well, I guess they did stop those 2 from fighting. They did nothing to solve the underlying problem. This isn't right. I see now how the Provincial Army here conducts itself. I'm sure you're both still pretty angry about this, but right now the 2 of you need to focus on keeping a cool-headed. If you have the time to fight, try to use that time for something more productive instead. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah, I shouldn't have let my anger get the take control of me like that, my goodness. We can't open the Grand Market for business until we cleaned up the busted stalls. And we're already running late, so I hate to ask, but would you mind lending me a hand? Market Manager Otto, with the assistance of the merchants of the market, cleared away the remains of the 2 stalls. With the help of Ree and the others on top of that, the Grand Market was finally able to open for the day, albeit behind schedule. Thanks to you four, we were able to open the Grand Market for business today a bit quicker than I expected. Can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am. Oh, there's no need for that. We barely did anything. I'm just glad no one got hurt. All the more reason to thank you. The merchant's stall is his livelihood. Any action taken against it can throw him into blind rage. It's hard to bring someone back from that. It would seem the problems facing the merchants in this town are quite grave indeed. The Provincial army may have interfered, but it's difficult to believe they make no attempts to find an amicable solution. Quite right. Clearer than ever right now that they have no intention of trying to resolve any issues involving the market. And I can't see that changing unless we decide to just accept the sales tax increase and keep quiet about it. Still, you'd think they'd at least be a little more subtle about the whole thing. There's no way those two merchants are just going to accept this and move on. No, I don't suppose they will. And if word gets out about this, it's not inconceivable for certain groups of people to begin boycotting the market. Something definitely has to be done. I'm just not sure what. Oh, Reen's got an idea. As always, he's the main character. Is something wrong, Reen? You're awfully quiet. Are you feeling unwell? Sir, I have a favor to ask. Would you consider allowing us to investigate this morning's incident? What? Are you suggesting that we attempt to find the perpetrator who destroyed the merchant's stalls ourselves? It's a kind offer, but as I said yesterday, this is our affair, not yours. You're students. You have your own studies to worry about, and they wouldn't feel right interfering with them. We're students training for the military, though. You can't just stand by and allow something so unjust to go unchallenged. Good point, I'm with Reen here. It's the Provincial Army's responsibility to address this, sure. They're shirking their duties here, and that reflects poorly on all of us. Well, that's true enough, I guess. But do you really think we're up for something like this? I kinda have to wonder about that too. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just amateurs. You should at least check with the instructor Sarah first and see what she thinks. She's already told us. Put your heads together and think. And I'm sure you'll see what you need to do. Her words. It seems like exactly the sort of thing she meant. At least it does to me. Oh? Huh. I see your point. Perhaps matters such as this may fall under the scope of our field study after all. Yeah, you do make a good case. I'm still not sure what we're up to, but I guess it can't hurt to try. Neither seek nor shun the fight. Very well, we shall do what we can. Are you really sure about this? I'm certainly not going to say no. I'm very concerned about the market and the safety of our merchants. So if you're 100% sure, I have to admit, I truly would appreciate anything you could do for us. Thank you, sir. We'll do everything in our power to find the answers for you. Just be careful. Don't go seeking out trouble. I don't want you kids being put in danger. We're dealing with a criminal who acts under the cover of night. He may be capable of a lot more than just thievery and vandalism. Remember, I'm responsible for your safety if anything were to happen to you. I couldn't even look Van Dyke in the eye anymore. We'll be careful, we promise. I know I will, at least. I probably need to be more careful than anyone else here. Now that that's settled, we should act quickly. Yeah, let's get this investigation started.